using tkinter, we have to design such kind of form, okay, where two labels are there, ID and password. These are labels. Two entry boxes are there, and one button is there for submission. Okay, so we are going to add widgets over the empty window which we have created in the previous lecture. So we need two labels, two entries, and a button. Okay, so what is this? It is nothing but a tkinter GUI widgets. Okay, very first is label which can be entered on a window using this particular keyword, that is label. Okay, you can see here it is label. Where you have to put your label, you can mention. We have created a window object. Okay, so you have to write down window here. Okay, and what is name, that you can mention. Like suppose here I have taken name, so a particular window will be created where one label will be created, and which is having text as a name. Okay, so let us try the hands-on practice. Okay, yeah, I'll create here a label. Okay, I have told you what is format to create a label. You can give a name as well. Okay, suppose I want ID like this. I want such kind of structure. Yeah, ID, password, and submit. So I need two labels, two entries, and one button. Okay, so I'm going to create a label. So I'll give name as I. Okay, it is label. So write it properly. That is LABEL, label. Okay, where you want that particular label on a window. That's why I'll mention here window. And if you want to display anything, I want ID, na? That's why I'll give text as ID. Okay, and I'll run this particular code. Yeah, the login form which is created, I have created a label as well, but it is not displayed. Why? Because if you want to display any widgets on a this form or window, we have to use any particular geometry method. Okay, without that, no widget is going to be displayed on this particular form. Okay, so what is geometric method? Let us see. Yeah, so these are Python tkinter geometry. Okay, what it does exactly, it specifies a method by which widgets are represented on display. Okay, how to organize or how to represent the widgets on display, it is done using sorry tkinter geometry methods. Okay, some geometry methods are mentioned over here. First is pack, second is grid, and third one is place. Okay, you can use any of the method. You can use any of the method to display or to represent the widget on a window. Okay, very first is pack. So what it does, it organizes the widget in a block. Okay, grid organizes the widget in a tabular form, and place organize the widget on specific x and y coordinates. Okay, so we'll first see pack method. Okay, you can use any pack, grid, or place. We'll go with the pack method first. Okay, which organize on a widget in a block. Okay, so I'll come over here and I'll write down, see, dot pack. Okay, dot pack will organize this particular label, that is I, on a window. I'll again run it. Now I can see ID. Sorry. Now I can see this ID label on a window. Fine. If I remove this dot pack, okay, and I'll run this particular code, the widget is not going to display on a screen. Why? Because we haven't organized the widget on a form. And if I write this pack and I'll again run, yeah, you can see this ID label on a form, right? So this is one label, that is ID. I want entry. Okay, I want entry for that, taking the ID and password. So I'll create E1 is equals to, now I want entry. Okay, entry is a widget which is used to take a single line input. Okay, if you want to take multi-line input, then you can use text. For single line input, we can use entry. So I'm going to take this entry. Where I want this entry, on again on a window. It will not have any kind of text, so it will remain as it is. Again, we have to display this entry button as well. So I'll write down e1 dot pack. You can pack it on the same line, or you may write it on a different line. Okay, so I'll just run this. You can see ID and one entry is created. Okay, again I want what, password. So I'll copy this. For password, I'll give name as P, a label which is placed on a window having text password. Okay, I have packed it, and I'll take entry as well for password. So I'll rename it to E2. Okay, and this. What will the output? That ID label, then entry box, password label, and entry box is present. Okay, but you can see these labels or any controls are on a different line. Okay, all are coming on a different line in a center. Why? Because pack method assigns or organizes the widgets in a block, one after another. Okay, if you want in a side, suppose ID, password, this fields I want in a left hand side, so I have to mention side option in a pack method, like side is equals to left. You can mention right, top, bottom, etc. And let me run this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything is on left of another thing. ID, then entry box, then password, then entry box, like that. Okay. Suppose I remove this side, then it will be one after another. Yeah, you can see such kind of things. Okay, but you can see here pack method. Here we can only mention the widget on the left, right, top, or bottom. Okay, but we cannot specify, or we cannot organize it on, in a specific location, right? That's why we are going to see different method, that is grid method. Okay, grid method, what it does, it organizes the widget in a tabular form. Tabular form means what? It specifies specific number of row or column, like this. ID is on 0 0. Okay, 0th row, 0th column. This entry is on 0th row, first column, likewise. Okay, so in next session we are going to see a grid method. Okay, and we are going to develop this particular form. Thank you.